truck 1, ambulance 1, medic 1, showing all units en route to
Dispatch ambulance 7, St. Mary's code 3 was on.
We're here today with Connor Charlesworth, firefighter, father,
Yep.
athletics coach in college,
Try to be. Just hanging out.
academy instructor, engine block for many years.
Yep.
My co-host today, Lainey Osborne, the star of season 1, episode 2. Check it out if you haven't seen it. But
I listened to it. You sounded good.
We're gonna be grilling you, dude.
I'm ready.
But I had a quote from an athlete, from a gymnast actually, that I thought of you. Optimism is a happiness magnet. If you stay positive, good things and good people will be drawn to you.
Yeah.
And so we definitely wanted to bring you on the show. Man, so I just came out of the academy, and your engine block is like the most, I don't know, it's the most monotonous. But you also bring this energy that is so different from the whole rest of the academy.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want it to suck. It already sucks just doing the same thing over and over and over. And it inevitably is always in like March. And it's cold and snowing. So we're already miserable anyways because of the elements. Yeah. And everybody's getting soaking wet, and inevitably an instructor or recruit gets hit in the side of the ear with a hose line, and water gets everywhere. So why have me as an instructor make it suck as well? Like, I can make it as much fun as possible, and I've always believed that, like, if you can have a fun learning environment, people will learn easier. It's harder to, like, if you're stressed out to the max and you're already redlining because of the instructors, it's going to be harder to learn the material. So make it a fun environment, and they'll learn easier, but at the same time, like, we still have the standard that we have to uphold. So they understand that we're going to have fun up until you can't uphold that standard. Then we're going to get serious and lock it back in. Then we'll ease back off.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know. I think it works. They've let me teach 12 academies so far, so it can't be terrible.
Was one of those your academy?
Yes.
Do you remember the shenanigans from
for sure.
instructor Charlesworth?
Yeah, like first thing that comes to mind is the music choice. You know, so shocked when like Disney Princess song came on. I'm like, wait, what? Am I imagining?
Gotta love playing
Am I
the
still
Disney.
here?
Yeah, you have little twin girls.
Yeah, like,
is
did
this
I
my
go home?
playlist?
My favorite's Moana.
Yeah.
When Moana plays, it kills me because half of the recruits are like 18. So they grew up and they were like 12 when that movie came out. So they watched it in theaters and they know the song through and through. Yeah. And then there's the rest of us that have only heard it when I play it. So it kills me. It cracks me up. Yeah, it's a good time. I enjoy it. And it's just fun seeing like the instructors too, or when guest instructors come out for the next block and they walk out to see what's happening, or admin walks out and they hear Disney playing, just the look on some of their faces blows me away. It kills me. It's so much fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You have a super eclectic playlist.
Oh yeah. Everything from heavy death metal to Moana, like every single thing in between is going to get played during engine block at some point.
And I know, luckily, Dirk has some B-roll of this.
Oh yeah. Dirk's
dancing around.
Dirk's caught me a couple times dancing. Yeah, more than a couple times. And every single time it ends up getting in the Academy video. Nice. Whether I want it in there or not, it is in an Academy video every single time.
Well, I appreciated it. It can be a kind of a heavy. I don't know. We're setting the tempo right the first few weeks, and then here comes Connor, and I was like, oh man, this is hilarious and awesome. Yeah,
they go from Instructor Massey, who's just like grilling them nonstop, which I think is good. Like they have to understand what the world they're getting into, and then like mine shows up and it just beats them down physically. I'm not there to beat them down mentally. I'm here to teach you how to be able to pull this crosslay to the front door. So when I'm your captain for the day, I can trust you can do it within a reasonable time. That's all I need you to know how to do, because he's taught you how to put your gear on. So I think it works out. Nice. Works for me at least, and I haven't had a recruit fail out of engine block yet. So
that's pretty good.
Doing well.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Some nail biters for sure.
Oh yeah. I've had some that I'm like, oh man, this is the one. If you don't make it, we're gonna have a tough conversation, and they've always pulled through in the end. So
yeah, it seems to me that you invest a lot in those people though too. Like if one of them failed out, you would take it rough too, because you're doing. Not that you wouldn't uphold the standard if it happened, but you're doing that with you. I know you're doing everything you can to help people be successful.
Yeah, I mean, like when I got into the fire service, I had no idea what I was doing. I joined, didn't even have an EMT, and I had guys that took me under their wing and like, hey, this is how we even wash a truck properly, all the way through. And then when I got hired with Junction, it was the same thing. Like I had a bunch of guys that helped me out a ton to get to where I am now. So why not pass that on? I know there's like the tradition in the firehouse that a rookie has to earn his place. But last time I checked, the moment they're as employee of the city, they're the same level as me when it comes to me just being a firefighter. Why would I not treat them with the same respect I'm going to treat somebody else? They're still a person. So like I want them to succeed at every possible way, and that is my job as an instructor, is to make them pass. It's not to fail somebody, it's to make every single one of them pass. And that's my whole goal every time, is I'm going to do everything I can to make every one of them pass. So that's what I try to do. Yeah. I want to inspire people because I want people to like know that when anything goes wrong, they can come to me too. It's not just like inspiring them to be great. It's also that they have somebody they can trust and come and talk to, whether it's about work or something going on in life. I don't want anybody, I'm a very people person oriented. We did those, I don't remember what it was called. HR put on those tests, the emergenetics test. Yeah. And it was like 95% I'm a people person. Like that is what I am through and through. Yeah. And my biggest fear is I don't want somebody to like feel left out or left alone because they're in whatever reason. So like I'm always going to inspire somebody to like meet their fullest potential, but also inspire them that they can reach out to anybody they need to. And if I'm the only person they have, then I'm fine. I'll always do that for anybody. And it's not just, that's when I'm a coach, when I'm an instructor, when I'm just a senior firefighter, acting captain for the day. That's it.
You've faced some challenges yourself throughout your lifetime, I'm sure. Yeah. Did some of them that led you to where you're at now, you think? Were there times to connect with people like that too for you? Were other people that for you?
Yeah. If I get emotional, I apologize. This one always gets me a little bit. So when I was 4, up on Orchard Mesa, I had my little brother pass away at the daycare. And Junction Fires, who responded, that's back when we had an AMR. We didn't have our own ambulance services. And Fidel, who teaches the emergency professional EMS here in class, he was the medic that showed up. And then I've never met him, but one of the captains for Junction is who showed up. And like after my brother passed, they transported him to the hospital. That captain stayed there until one of my family members' friends could come and pick me up from the babysitter, and just like hung out and big chilled on the couch with me for like an hour or two until they could come pick me up. And kind of ever since then, I knew like that was a big moment and a changing moment in my life of I want to be, and I know I was super young, so people are like, oh, really? Come on, you were 4. But it like had this impact on my life that's what I wanted to do. And then my dad, probably about a year or 2 after my brother passed, he worked at the Orchard Mesa City Market, went to the bathroom, was reading a magazine, and in Men's Health it had top 10 careers that men are most satisfied in. It was firefighting. So my dad quit City Market, got hired full time, and then he got in the fire service. And I saw how happy he was. And when we would be out in town, he worked part time for Junction. We'd be out in town, and people would come up to him and recognize him for helping them on a call. I just like saw how much impact that had on people's lives. That this random guy they only met one time actually helped them out. And that had a huge impact on me. Between my brother passing and that captain just letting me sit on his lap for a couple hours until somebody came and got me, and then seeing the impact my dad had on people's lives, I knew this is what I wanted to do. Wow. And that's like the whole purpose. Obviously, when I was trying to get in the fire service, I applied for other departments all across the country, but like this was the department I wanted to work for, and I was born to work for Grand Junction Fire Department. So that's why I also will do everything I can to get everybody through an academy, is because if they want to be here, I want them to be here just as much as I want to be here.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's a powerful story.
Yeah. Yep. It's rough. And that's my son that we just had. He's named Carter after my little brother that passed. They have the same first name. So
I always knew. Cool tribute.
Yep. Yeah. I always knew when I had a son, I wanted to name him Carter after my little brother. So that's what we named him.
That's
cool. So yeah.
And Mackenzie's 100% down. I'm sure.
Yep, she was all for it. There was a stipulation we had to put the middle name as her dad's name. So his name's Carter Michael Charlesworth. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, tell me about the new chapter. What's it like? You have this beard going
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
You
man.
are,
It's nice.
You're about to go back to work. So this
Yeah.
amazing. We get almost 3 months off if we want to take it when we
Yep.
when we even fathers,
Yeah.
mothers, whoever.
Yep.
When we have a child. So
Yeah.
tell me about it. What's it?
Yeah, I mean,
Fatherhood like?
It's been nice. I knock on wood. Everybody says that I've got the luck. I'm got the luckiest straw because I've got a very easy baby. Yeah. We put him to bed at 10, and if he wakes up at all, it's around 3 a.m. for like 10 minutes, and then goes back to sleep till 7, and that's happened since the day we brought him home.
That's amazing.
We have never been up more than one time in a night. We've only had 1, maybe 2 nights that he kept us up till like midnight, and then he slept until 7 a.m. So it's been really nice. It's been nice hanging out with him every day, and just seeing like how quickly they progress. In the matter of like a week ago, we heard him giggle for the first time ever, and then now we can't get him to stop giggling. And I'm like, okay, like I got things I got to do, and you're distracting me because of how cute you are. Like let's big chill for a minute here, man. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been really nice, and it's been nice too, like being at home helping my wife Mackenzie. It's been really nice helping her just because. Also, when I do go back to work, we're gone for 48 hours. Like she's alone for 2 days straight to try to figure this out. So it's been nice, like trying to help her out where I can, and so it's a little less overwhelming for her as well. So yeah, it's been fun. I enjoy it, and I've got very supportive parents that. Anytime we have anything, it's almost like over supportive where I'm like, hey, he's sleeping. Let's not wake him up right now. Let's not give him every kiss you could possibly do and pick him up out of the car seat. Let's just let him sleep for like 20 minutes. That'd be nice too. So yeah, it's been really nice. I enjoy it. So yeah.
Lainey, is this sleep pattern normal, or is he totally hosed the next time?
Wow. I think I've had every variation throughout all of mine. So.
Everybody keeps telling me if that's how your first one is, don't have a second one.
Yeah.
The second one's going to ruin you. And I'm like, well, or maybe I just get lucky 2 times. You never know.
Maybe.
So we'll see.
So what is your job when you go back?
So when I go back, the first set I'm back, I'm upgrading for Captain Moyer up at Station 4. So that's going to be interesting. Just the first set back, and it's automatically up front. And Station 4 is known to get like more fires than any other station. So I'm like, well, here we go, boys. Let's hope. I've been practicing at home, which I have been. The last month I've been, like, anytime we drive around, doing practice size-ups for Mackenzie so I don't just sound like a complete buffoon on the radio because I already stumble over my words anyways because my brain goes faster than my mouth can. So I'll do that, and then kind of like what we touched on earlier, my goal is to, like, if we have a new guy at our station, newer guy, he's just got done with the paramedic school, Tim Johnston, and help him out with everything I can, being a brand new medic.
Not paramedic-wise.
Yeah. Well, we got to ease into the medicine here, bud. We got to focus on one thing at a time. Can I put my gear on the rig? But helping those guys out and just get back into the swing of it. I know I got about 6 hours worth of computer work when we get back, so most of the first set is going to be spent in the computer. But yeah, I'm just going to be upgrading for Moyer and kind of hanging out and cook the guys dinner. I'll bring in some dinner because I miss those guys. Took us some ice cream a couple weeks ago, so cook them dinner this set. But other than that, that's kind of it, upgrading, and then figure it out as we go. It's kind of like going out and teaching the academy, and then you show back up to work and you're like, whoa. Yeah. All I know how to do is pull a cross leg here, boys. Let's ease up on let's stick in an IV in somebody. So, yeah, but it'll be good. Yeah.
So having faced kind of that challenge and know you're going back to this big one, do you have practices kind of every day? How do you set yourself up to be this, this positive person and kind of make that shift? Is that intentional for you, or you feel like that's just kind of a natural thing? Because somebody who had experienced that in their life could also be like, depressed and decided not to achieve,
Yeah, I don't know. Like, after it happened, I remember, like, sounds bad, but my dad didn't know, like, how to process it. So he just, like, moved on with life. Yeah. And, like, he still had me as a 4-year-old to raise. So as far as my dad, like, he always just kept normal life going. So there was never, like, a depressed state for me as a kid. Like, there was the moment at some point my parents have told me of what it was like when I asked when little brother was never coming home. But other than that, Dad realized, like, I've still got this 4-year-old I have to figure out how to raise, and I can't just put life on hold. So we were very much still, like, active and going out and camping and having fun. So I never had that, like I said, that depressive state of not knowing how to be happy. And my parents are very happy, like, enjoyable people to be around and love pranking people and stuff. So it just, like, always has been in my life, even with something as catastrophic as that. It's never left. So now it just comes naturally to me. Like, I've always been known as the guy that is, like, I can be serious when it's time to be serious, but let's call it how it is. There's seldom times that we actually have to be, like, locked in and really serious. So, you know, like, we have to spend 48 hours together. Yeah. We work, like, we have a lot of fun and we're away from our family for 2 days, but I always related it that, like, I'm going to hang out with my friends now for 2 days. I hung out with my family, and now I get 2 days with friends. And when I'm with my other friends that don't work for the fire service, do I get around them and just pouty? No, I'm having fun. So why not do that at work? So, like, I don't know. It just comes naturally to me to have fun and to be a goofball. But when there's time to, like, lock it in, I know when it's time to lock it in. And I did, like, I did my captain mentorship with Jason Wysides. You know Wysides very well. He is fun all the time, except for a very limited amount of time. And he taught me that very limited amount of time to be serious. And I think he was very good at doing that balance. So I just try to now, like, keep that going. So I think it works out.
I want to know what you've been doing to keep your time right now with your wife. Like, what you've been doing to stay busy with your kiddo.
Going stir crazy being at home this much. But to be honest, like, we just, like, one, it helps coaching at the college. So every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday from 5 to 8, we're not at home. And I think that's been really good for both of us, just because there's only so much of a 3-month-old you can talk to with 0 responses back before you start going insane, where you need to talk to another adult. And Mackenzie and I have been together for close to 10 years now, and I've worked with Junction for 7. So we're very used to me being away from her for 2 days and us getting our own time. So it's also been nice, like, going to practice and going to the college and going out to the mall and seeing other people and interacting with other people that's not each other. Sure. Because as much as we love each other, we do drive each other insane. And hopefully I think that's like most marriages, that there is, like, a limit to how much you can deal with your spouse. And and it's more her towards me that she can't put up with me that much. So I think it's been good. Like, that's a lot of times what we do. There's other times where we're like, oh, hey, we only have one thing in the recycling. Let's go take the recycling because we don't want to sit in the house anymore. And we also have 3 crazy dogs. So it's taking the dogs for a walk, just going up to my parents' house and messing with the horses. I've got 3 horses up there and messing with those guys. Every morning, as soon as we wake up, I try to take kiddo so she can, like, kind of ease into the morning. I'll take him for the first couple hours. And then the end of the night, the last couple hours that he's awake, I'll take him so she can kind of get her alone time. And then throughout the day, depending on what's happening, she'll just take him so we can have our own alone time as well. So, I mean, up until it got cold, lots of mowing the lawn. Even when the lawn didn't need mowing, I'd go out there and mow the lawn and
It's
do
a
something.
good looking lawn.
Oh man, this is the best my lawn's ever looked. You get to spend 3 months taking care of a lawn. It looks pristine.
Each blade
Oh
by
yeah.
hand.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Go out there and measure it and, like, oh, that one's a little long.
Yeah.
Just do it that way all day. She wonders why it takes me 6 hours to mow the lawn sometimes, but, you know, hey.
Yeah.
So,
It's unique what you guys share. I mean, you coach together, and you formed your connection through that initially, right?
Yeah. So I guess we haven't really stated it. I'm the cheerleading coach at the college. But so, yeah, we met in college. She actually hated me the first time she ever met me, because being the same person I always am, a goofball, like, the head coach then, I was, like, one of her favorite people ever, just because I knew, like, when it was time to be serious, it was time to be serious and do the job, but then I also kept the, like, practices fun and everything. So I was the one messing around the whole time, and it was her tryouts for the team, and I'm messing around with her so she can't actually focus on doing her job. So Mackenzie hated me the first time we met, which is, you know, most people do. It's all right. It doesn't hurt my feelings. So, and then as, like, we got to know each other, then we started dating, and then when she got done, I got essentially handed the program and said, hey, you're going to be the coach because I'm quitting and no one else wants it, so it's yours. And then a year or 2 later, she stepped in and she became the assistant coach. And yeah, she's been coaching with me now for 5 years. So, cool. So yeah, between being at home all the time together when I'm off and then coaching together. But I think it's good too. She works a normal 8 to 5. So we do have some of that alone time. And when we're at practice, I think we've done a very good job of like, until we tell the team, usually no one knows we're married to each other. Like, we do a very good job of keeping it professional and having that professional relationship as well. So we don't want anybody to be like, oh, this is kind of awkward that our coaches are married. We want them to like realize that we're our own people and our own entity. I can make a decision without her. She can make a decision without me, but the big team decisions will come together and make together. So yeah, I think it works out. But it's been fun. I enjoy coaching with her. She's what they call a flyer. I don't know how to fly. I'm 200 pounds. I don't know how to go up in the air and do some of these spinning and flipping tricks that we teach girls to do.
What's your job called?
Base. Yeah, I stay on the ground and throw people in the air. That's my only job. Stay on the ground, throw people in the air, catch feet. That's my job. And then I was fortunate enough to be athletic enough to do all the flips as well. So they would call it a stumbler. I would stunt and tumble. So I was doing both all the time. And she could do both as well, but most of the time she was just in the air. She's 4'11", 100 pounds, so it's hard to have her hold anybody.
Yeah, right.
So, So, it worked out.
Stumbler sounds like a good analogy for life.
Yeah, it adds up. It adds up. So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I think it's been fun doing that, like having that. It's been fun, and it's been hard also having like a personal relationship and a working relationship with the same person. Like I have this loving relationship with my wife, but then also at the same time we have to like be able to separate that when we go to a certain place. For when it's practice 3 hours, when we have game day, it's anywhere from 4 to 6 hours that we like cannot be the married couple because we have to be locked in and be professional. And I think it's been really good to learn that side of everything too. Yeah. So yeah.
It'd be interesting to talk to you in half a dozen years. So many couples, I think, it shifts somewhat when you have kids. Like you're this couple alone, right? And then you have kids. And for a lot of us, not sharing that same, a business together or big project together like that. There's certainly a shift. It'll be interesting and cool to understand how you guys incorporate all those different hats and all those different layers of your relationship and still keep time to be a partnership with kid time of doing what is required. And
we've been discovering that is a juggle right now. We got into coaching because we're also here to like change kids' lives. I'm not here to I tell the team all the time, to win a national championship would be the greatest thing on the planet. But my end goal is to make them like good members of society and like good people. So like when we're at practice, that's both of our goals. When we're there, I tell all of them at the beginning of the year, you're essentially now my kids. I'm going to do everything I can to like teach you what the real world is about to be like. Because in anywhere from 1 to 4 years, you guys are going to graduate with a degree and go to the real world. And it's not as all hunky-dory as you probably believe it's been for some of you. So it's been like that's been both of our mentality, and it's been kind of nice doing that as well as sharing that thought process.
Do you guys spend time like in that intentional discussion to, like what you're gonna talk to the team about, what they need right now, that sort of thing, or is it something that you just kind of?
She does.
Yeah,
I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of guy. When I'm irritated at them for not doing their job, I'll let them know right there immediately. Yeah. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Yeah. So, and I do think that like, I coach cheerleading, but they want to be treated as athletes. And before I ever became a cheerleader, I played high school sports, and then I played college football as well. So like I know what it's like to be like an athlete in the sense that everybody knows as an athlete, how your coaches are going to talk to you, how they're going to treat you, how you're going to condition, how you're going to run, all of this stuff. So for me, it just kind of comes naturally because that's what I knew before I was ever a cheerleading coach was what it was like to be in other athletics. So for me, there's no pre-planning going into it. It's like, that was wrong, here's why it's wrong, and how we're going to fix it. I do, like, Captain Cox told me when I first got hired about leader's intent. I have a lot of that leader's intent going into it. This is what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, and why we're doing it. There we go, there's the 3. So, like, going into it, I have that in the back of my brain at every practice, and if something's not done up to the standard that I want, then we're going to fix that. And when I say it'd be great to win a national championship, we're not a slouch team. We got second in the country last year. So, and we've gotten second in the country 4 or 5 times. Like we're a good program. So, but there is a standard to it, kind of like we were talking with the academy. I want it to be fun. I want them to have fun because then they're going to do better. But when we don't meet the standard, I'm going to set it straight right now. And there is no doubts about what the standard is, because when the standard's not met, I'm going to let you know very quickly. But it's not just going to be hey, that's wrong, here's why. No, that's wrong, here's why. Here's what I want you to do, so you know the outcome. And then you know how not to irritate me anymore. So, I mean, we can all say, like, I love coaching, but there are also a bunch of 18 to 21-year-olds. They're irritating people. Like, that time in life is like, I mean, they irritate themselves too, right? Like, that time in your life, you're trying to figure out, everybody tells you in society, you have 4 years to figure out what you want to do for the next 30 years of your life. Yeah. So everybody's like, what am I going to do? Do I do this? Do I don't do this? I got a C on this class, but I wanted an A. And everybody's all confused and irritated at something every day. So, but it's good for me. It keeps me so I'm always positive. They text me some of these like 3 letters, and they're like, yeah, it means this. And I'm like, I've never even heard. Like, just say, it took you longer to explain to me what that meant than if you just typed it the first time. And that's an everyday occurrence with some of these kids.
I think about how I found myself in this career that I love. I wish I could have found myself there sooner. But it is a male-dominated career, right? And so I was curious about how you found yourself as a cheerleader. Obviously, you have a lot of passion for it.
Well, I didn't get a choice.
Oh.
I say I didn't get a choice, but I mean, ultimately I had a choice. I got voluntold I was going to do it. So my senior year of high school, I was the captain of the football team. Like, I was the stereotypical jock, right, that everybody knows. And my football coach's wife was the cheerleading coach at the high school. And he pulled me and one of my good buddies into his office and was like, hey, my wife needs 2 more guys on her team to help. And you 2 are going to do it because you won't be creepy towards the girls. And I was like, oh, well, I don't want to do it. And he's like, well, this isn't like a discussion. You're going to help out. And I was like, all right, cool. Looks like I'm a cheerleader now. So I did it for the 1 year in high school. And then when I got into college, I was on a scholarship to play college football. And I wasn't planning on doing cheerleading at all. And it's a whole series of events that is like that butterfly effect thing that my high school coach's best friend was the college cheer coach. And when I told her I wasn't going to do it, she said, well, I already paid for everything for you because I knew you were doing football and that was going to but I needed to order all this stuff pre-hand. So it's already paid for you. So can you just do it for 1 year? I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just do it for 1 year. And then second year rolls around, I'm still playing college football, and she hit me with the exact same thing. Oh, I already paid for everything. Can you do it again? And I was like, oh, well, here we go again. Now I'm doing it for a second year. And then the third year, I was playing college football, and I got blindsided on a tackle and got a concussion that gave me a seizure. And the NCAA pulled all NCAA regulated sports from me. I was never allowed to play anything that is the traditional sport in college again. And cheerleading is not regulated by the NCAA. So I knew nothing else. That is like one time we talked about earlier of a depressive state. Like, I prepped my entire high school career to play college football. By no means did I think I was going to the NFL. My parents have always told me, you're not athletic enough to be like the best person, but you have to outwork everybody. So that was always my goal. And that was my whole goal, was to play college football. And when everything got taken away from me, not necessarily by choice, I was super depressed. I went in, they were having a cheer practice, and I went in and didn't know what to do. I just sat down on the bleachers, had a hoodie over my face, and just sat there and cried. Had nothing else to do. I'm 20 years old and just lost everything I had dreamed of. And that coach was like, well, you already know this. I'll pay for everything one more time if you want to try it. And that is when I started doing cheerleading full time. And that kind of why I still coach, and as much as I enjoy coaching, but the reason I still coach is because that program, when I had, in my opinion, absolutely nothing, gave me everything. So that's why no matter what, I won't give up that program. I want it to succeed, and I want those kids to succeed. It's because I had, like I said, absolutely nothing, and that program gave me everything in that moment that day. So I'll do everything I can for it. So yeah, very similar to the firefighting. Had nothing that day. Our family was destroyed, and Junction Fire gave us everything. So now I'm committed to it. It's crazy.
It is.
If you'd asked me when I was a freshman in college, as a redshirt in college, and actually I was one of 3 freshmen that got to suit up as a freshman for the games, that I was going to be a cheerleading coach 15 years later, I'd have told you were crazy.
Yeah.
But now here we are.
Yeah. I mean, it's like she was saying, that's such a different dynamic too. Most masculine thing possible, college football, going to, the cheerleading team, which I don't know what the percentages are. Are there a fairly small amount of guys?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know what the exact percentage is, but like this year we have 35 girls on our team and 2 boys.
Yeah.
So very small percentage. I mean, we talk about the college football and how masculine that is, but to Laney's point earlier about like a male-dominated job is the fire service, and then like that's my predominant job. But then we go to these competitions, and it's a pretty small portion of male coaches as well. And sure, there sure isn't a lot of male coaches that have a handlebar mustache when I trim this off and a sleeve tattoo and working on a second sleeve that walk around, and I walk around in cowboy boots and jeans the first day of the competition. And I can't tell you how many times we walk into the competition, somebody's like, oh, are you a parent or a boyfriend? I'm like, no, I'm that team's head coach. Yeah. And I'll get the looks from somebody like, what are you talking about? The second day I dress up a little nicer, have like 3-piece suit and everything, so I look the part. But I walk in and like there are way more female coaches, and then I walk in as it's the exact opposite, and everybody thinks fire service is very masculine, and then I go to that realm. I don't know, just treat them like athletes, and there's no different from coaching football or basketball, women's lacrosse, football, anything. There's no difference. Just treat them like athletes, and it's pretty easy to do. So you just got to learn the technique and the lingo, and you'll be all right.
Every 3-letter acronym.
You just got to learn those 3-letter acronyms. You'll be all right. Still don't know them. They just got to tell me what they want. It's really fulfilling to go there and a completely different dynamic, but still in the same realm of helping somebody. Like when we go on a call, like we're dealing with the worst day of somebody's life and trying to help them over a 30-minute span sometimes, or a couple hour span if it's a fire, right? But these people, I'll know some of these guys from 18 to 21 years old, and I'm there to help develop them and like help them become a better person. They're away from mom and dad for the first time in their life, and I'm kind of the only parental figure they have besides when they go home. So it's I'm still helping them, but also a good mental reprieve away from the other stuff we deal with at work. Because I mean, we all know, we've all in here seen Jamie Lloyd. We all have those demons, and going there to see them, like when I've had a really rough set, going and seeing a college kid that's living their best life, living out their dream of being a college cheerleader, it brings like joy to me, and like empties out that cup a little bit. I mean, and for them, they would probably say they can tell when I've had a rough set, because I'll come into practice the fuse is a little shorter than other days, but it's really fulfilling to like help them and see that side, and they're just happy to be alive, you know, like happy like, oh man, I get to go have pom-poms and be on the sidelines of a football game. I'm like, man, to have life that simple again would be so nice. And it just like brings a lot of joy to me too, so I keep doing it because of that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah,
I think it can be challenging with what we see to figure out, are you gonna how that's gonna shift your perspective. Is it gonna be seeing the world as a unfair, awful place that we probably could any given day? So you guys get a lot of tough calls, whether it's choosing that path a little bit, and how you see the world, I guess, afterward is, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the other thing too, is like now stepping into that captain role too and doing that, like that's obviously main job is to make sure everybody's safe every day, right? But part of the being safe is making sure everybody's mentally okay too, and I feel like I've tried to do that as much as possible, probably to an annoyance level. If we get one of these gnarly calls like, hey, is everybody okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Okay, well 30 minutes later I'm going to check up on you again, and then 30 minutes later, and then 30 minutes later, and eventually, it sounds bad, but like eventually somebody will crack and be like, no man, I'm not feeling very good. All right, cool, that's all I needed to hear. Everybody sit down at the table. We're going to talk about this because like, yeah, I'm okay right now, but we might not be tomorrow, or so on and so forth. Like, we got to figure this out. We're not just going to bottle this up, and then all of a sudden we're another statistic or something like that. That's not right. Like, I care enough about the guys at the station and everybody else too, and I try to know every single employee's name and try to know their spouse's names as well. So, like, you need to be able to go home and like be 100% for your family too, and that's my job. I feel as a captain when I'm upgrading is to make sure when you go home tomorrow morning that you're 100% for your family. And if you're not, here are the resources that you can go get help. So I think that's also a huge part of my job.
Yeah, for sure.
So
It's interesting. During the academy, we have these discussions until, we have 18 through 38-year-olds in the most recent one. And the 38-year-olds, they probably get it when we say this, especially one fresh out of the military, but we have these discussions. Hey, some of this stuff is it's going to be challenging to move through, What, I guess, are there some that are more challenging for you, that knowing that these 18-year-olds coming in, like these are the types of calls that are challenging for me, and these are the things that have helped me move through?
I think the challenging ones for me have always been just because of my background, the kid calls. Like I know everybody, like the kid calls are terrible for everybody, no matter what your background is. But having my specific background with a brother passing, like that one's rough for me. It always has been. And like one of the last calls before I went on baby leave was a kid call. And we had a brand new guy that was his first ever core cardiac arrest, like his first one of those, and it's a kid. And we had a brand new guy that was still doing his rides for paramedic, that he was on that call. And we had our engineer, but other than that, I'm the second most senior guy there with 7 years. And like that one was rough to deal with that day, but I made sure the crew was good. We set up a PIA with the police and Jamie Lloyd, and we talked about it just to make sure everybody was all good. And I think that was for our new guy. It was rough. Like we tell them in the academy, and they're fully aware, and we tell them at work, like, hey man, some of this stuff's going to be rough. And then he finally sees the first one, and it hit him a little different than I think he thought it would. He dealt with it well. I mean, he went and got the help he needed and everything, but it was not a good call. But for me personally, like the ways I deal with it, one is just to be around family. I think being around family helps, especially with my dad being in the fire service. Like he's seen a lot of this stuff, so I'm not obviously going to go into details with him, but we can talk about this stuff, and that helps a lot. It's just talking it out. I've been going to Jamie a bunch, and then for me, outdoors. Like once a year, I'll go up on the mountain for almost a month straight, and like completely be away from everything. I'll come home for a couple days, make sure everything's good on the home front, and then disappear again. And that kind of empties out the cup. Being up there, and like we talked about earlier, being around a bunch of 18 to 21-year-olds that are just living their best life also really helps empty out the cup. So like when we sit there and we see their problems, that they're like, man, this is the worst day of my life. And I'm like, just wait, it gets worse. But it does, like, all right, like they're having their best life, and I can deal with it. Like I can get over this with their positive attitude as well. Cool. So those are kind of my main things to help out with it. So
Well, I appreciate your openness, and it seems like
I'm an open book, man. You just let me know.
I mean, it seems like your openness with doing this stuff and doing the work to keep yourself healthy, because it's a long, challenging career, and it's cool to hear you say so many times laugh and cry in the same conversation, because I think we don't want to lose either one of those, right? Because if we're losing one, we're kind of losing the other, and we're just numbing out. So you're still kind of moving through that, or those really hard things to get to the other side, where there's sadness on the way through, and there's joy on the other side, you know, which is pretty cool, because I think a lot of us, would just choose to shut it off and decide, well, I'll just stick right here and numb face.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I'm only 31, and my plan is to retire at like 55. That gives me 30 years. I got a long time left. Like, my kid's going to be 20, essentially, by the time I retire. I mean, that's crazy to think about, considering he's only 3 months old. So, like, I got a long time, so I got to take care of myself. And, like, my parents have been married for 35 years. My dad was in the fire service for half of that. Like, he knows the keys to success. So, like, learning from him and seeing how he's dealt with it and understanding it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, I think that's a big part of it as well. I can't just go head first all the time. Like, slow down and take it step by step, and that will help you a long ways, I think. I don't know. I'm still young. We'll see if that strategy works out in the end, but it seems to be working so far.
And if it doesn't move, you seem like you'll adapt a little bit and figure out what's working.
Yeah. I mean, that's half our job, is we're just professional handymen. We show up to a problem somebody needs fixed, and we got to figure out how to fix it. So you got to do the same thing in personal life. A problem arises, it's only my problem. Nobody else has had this exact problem before. So why am I, like, I can get tools for the toolbox to fix this, but ultimately I have to figure out how to fix my own problem, and it's by problem solving being that handyman. So, you know, and being a handyman, as we all know, when we do home projects, you're going to mess up and you're going to have to laugh at yourself at some point. So you got to keep the happiness going. And there's going to be times that you put the hole completely in the wrong spot in your drywall, and then you cry a little bit because now you got to fix that drywall before Mackenzie gets home. So, you know, you cry a little bit and you laugh a little bit and you hope she doesn't notice the patch job. So, you know, hey, it's the same thing.
My daughter just told me this morning, the only time I've ever heard you cuss is when you're doing construction.
Yeah.
I guess. It's
All the
guaranteed
time.
to happen. Sorry.
Yeah, yesterday I was putting, like, yesterday.
This sounds like a very...
Like, yesterday we're putting, like, the wall-mounted TV where you see no wires and all that. Luckily, I put the hole in the right spot, but then you got to trace it down through there, and it's getting caught on all the insulation. Who puts insulation in the middle of a non-load-bearing wall in the middle of a house? I don't know. Just, oh, God, it's so frustrating. Remodeling the whole closet, and then Kenzie puts one clothes on it, and the whole shelving rips out of the wall. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, drywall anchors suck.
Luckily, Carter won't remember your cussing.
Oh, and the problem is it won't get better. So he'll remember it.
Is there something you do on the way home after a hard shift when you're talking about, or is it like running home to the family is what you need?
Kind of depends on the day. Like there's a lot of times driving home, music's off if it's been a real rough one, and just like sitting there in the silence and like processing it, right? And like we talked about earlier, playing Disney, right? Truck never plays Disney. I don't think I've ever listened to Disney outside of the Academy, like Academy grounds. But there's sometimes driving home, it's like, all right, like we're not doing so well. Let's listen to like some uplifting music, something like that, just to get my mind right. Because I know when I get home, like, fortunately, like Mackenzie's there to help me when I need it, right? But she has her own things she needs to deal with as well. And like in our relationship, I got to help her when she needs help. She'll help me when I need help. So on the way home, it's whether it's listening to a little bit sad music, a little somber music, or listening to some heavy death metal, like get me amped up to get home, or to have music off and just process it. There's been times too that like, instead of going straight home, it's like, hey, let's just go pull over for a minute. Like sit on the side of the road for 10 minutes and process it. Like I need some time to process this before I go home, because I know she's had a tough 2 days, and the moment I get home, I'm not going to have time to process this anymore. So pull over, hang out for a little bit, or go up to my parents' house and ask my dad, like, hey, I know you had a similar call. What did you do to get through this? I mean, and like I said, I've been meeting with Jamie. There's also been times that before I even left the station, I've sent her a text message and be like, hey, I need your next availability, and go in and see her right off the bat. And that's been a big help too. So, yeah.
That's our counselor, Jamie Lloyd, for those that don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Forgot.
Probably everybody knows at this point.
She was
We're
on an
like
episode.
15
What are we
episodes
doing
deep.
again?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? She was on an episode.
Season 1.
First time
episode
listeners.
7.
First time
Check it
listeners. What's up? What's up, first timers? My first established crew I ever got was me, Dylan Legg, and Bryson Rasmussen, right? We're all from the same academy. We were the 3 senior guys downtown on Truck 1, on Rescue 1. And there was no asking, how do we do this? It was us. Like we'd get a new guy in that's been on the job for like a week, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? And we're like, I don't know, man. We're going to figure it out together, right? Like we're going to ask some questions as we're going, but we're just going to figure this out. And I think that also helped out a ton. Is there was like going to your point of like being that person to help push people, because I know what it felt like when we were the only 3 there, and we had for a while there, our previous captain was no longer with us. We had no one. We had an engineer, and the engineer doesn't know, like our engineer was rock solid. It was Frank Frappier. Like he knew his job, but there were certain times that he's like, yeah, I don't know. And we just had to figure it out. And that's not fair to do to our new guys now.
Right.
Like, hey man, go figure it out.
Yeah.
No, I'll be here. I want you to figure it out a little bit. I'm going to push you and be like, hey, keep going. Oh, okay. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. We're getting a little far right now. But I think I don't want that to happen to somebody else. I want to be that guy helping push them and like motivate them to do better and want to try to figure things out, but also know when to pull back the reins and be like, hey, bud, that's enough.
What are the goals now? What's the next chapter hold for Connor Charlesworth?
I think first and foremost, the first chapter is like raise a healthy baby boy. That is the number one priority right now, is making sure he is taken care of. Like, it's crazy to me that I've only known this dude for like going on 12 weeks, and he's already like one of my best friends, and he can't even talk yet. So like I can't imagine.
Awesome.
Oh man, if he even talks just half as much as me, it'd be like the perfect ratio. He'll like get along with all of his coworkers. He won't be an annoyance. It'd be perfect. Like just keep progressing in my career at the fire service, whether it's being promoted to a captain. Ultimately, that would be fantastic to be promoted as a captain. But even if I wasn't to get promoted and I stayed as an upgrade and promotable, like those guys that I'm like working with that day know they can trust me, that I'm going to have their back, whether it's mentally, physically, in a fire, on an EMS call. They know they can trust me. And when my whole goal since I've been in the fire service is I don't want somebody to look at the schedule and go, oh, dang, I got to work with Connor today. I never want that. Like, that's never been my goal. My goal is like, great, I get to work with Connor. He's going to bring a positive attitude and he's going to help me. Whenever I need help, he's going to help me. But not be the guy that's helping because he actually doesn't know what he's doing and he's trying to learn the same stuff. Like, I want them to know I'm going to know the answers to their questions. Not I will get them an answer. So I think that's the next goal, is just to continue like progressing in that realm of helping everybody at the station make everybody the best version of themselves. Cool. I volunteered to be academy instructor, so I don't ever want to get somebody mandatoried. So go up there, work 5 days, and come back on shift. So, yeah, I'll keep doing it. We'll see how it goes, though, with the kiddo at home. It'd be rough to be gone for 3 weeks straight during the day when I could be at home watching him. Babysitters, trying to figure all that out. But that's the plan, to keep doing it as long as Captain Curtis in the training division lets me do it. The plan is to keep doing it. I enjoy it. I think it's good, too. And like I said earlier, I've always had the goal to know everybody's name. So at least when they show up to the station, they've seen a familiar face. I mean, we all know what it's like that first day you show up to the station and you don't know anybody's face. It's terrifying. I don't want that to happen to them. I want them to show up and be like, hey, at least I've met this person. I might not remember his name, but I see a face. And then I can kind of like, hey, this is the crew you're going to, whether I'm coming off, coming on, I can show them like, hey, this is the captain for the day. Go talk to him. This is your senior firefighter. He's going to line you out for the day, or it's me. I think that's hugely beneficial for those new guys as well, to have somebody they've seen before. So I'll keep doing it that way.
We often close with these final five. And for you, the first of the final five is what's on the playlist at the moment. What are these academy students going to hear?
All right. I'll pull up the Pandora playlist. So this playlist is full of, I saw this guy on TikTok. So I started listening to him then. Shout out to Nick D. I don't know, he's on TikTok. But then The Offspring is on there, Hoser, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Fall Out Boy, and Green Day. Okay. That's been my late playlist. You want to listen to a little bit? Or are we going to get in trouble for copyrights?
Are
we going to get copyrighted if our playlist are done?
Once we go huge, that's going to be a problem.
We'll ask Green Day if we can play one of their songs. Exactly. Yeah, that's been the local playlist lately, a little bit of that. But then every once in a while, I got to keep it like traditional, and I'll just go country as well. Yeah. I would say that's probably most of my playlist when I'm in the truck is like 75% country, 15% probably heavy metal, and then the rest of it's kind of just mixed in, whatever it is. So, but the recruits are probably going to be listening to some 2000s emo music.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Who is a mentor for you getting into this?
To get into the fire service, or
I don't know, big life impact for you?
I would say my dad obviously is like a big one. My dad was a huge one. When I first got in the fire service, there was a guy up in Parachute where I first started working. His name was Eric Langner. He helped me out a lot. Chase Spade that was up there. Chase Spade used to work for Junction for a little bit.
How about a book, a podcast, or a movie that's influential for you?
See, this is where I'm like a nerd, right? Like, I don't know. My family's weird. My dad has every like memorabilia sword from the Lord of the Rings. Okay. Like every one of the main characters. That was our favorite movie growing up, right? So I don't know, the good triumphs over evil kind of whole vibe. That's always been my favorite movie.
This beard, you're kind of getting there. You're ready for a casting call.
This is a problem because now one of my buddies is going to listen to this, and he's like 6'4", so he's always called me a hobbit. Yeah. So now he's going to be like, you look just like one of them. I'm like, come on, man. What are we doing here? So, but like, I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of like inspirational stuff, right? As optimistic as you say I am, right? Like, I don't listen to a lot of inspirational stuff. I just try to be happy. So like the podcast I always listen to is the Meat Eater podcast because I love hunting, love outdoor stuff. So I listen to that all the time. The book I'm currently reading is Kiss the Girl. It's like a slasher kind of book. I'm reading that, right? And then one of my favorite movies is a fantasy Lord of the Rings, like all over the board. Kind of the same thing like we're talking about my life of being a firefighter and being a cheerleading coach, kind of all over the board. But I don't know. That's kind of what I listen to and watch all the time.
Workout one, how do you stay motivated to stay, former football player, current, you're showing them cheerleading moves, you're a professional firefighter. How do you stay motivated to be fit?
There was probably like a year to year and a half stint where like I did not want to work out. There was zero chance of me working out on shift, at home, nothing. I was just burnt out on it. Since I was like 13, every day I worked out no matter what. Like whether it was rain, cold, shine. And it wasn't because I wanted to work out. It was because I was forced to for sports, or at work we were doing it as a crew. So I kind of fell out of love of working out and did not want to do it at all. And then I kind of had the driving factor of being on Captain Moyer's crew now. And when we show up, we're going to keep working until the work's done. And our first fire together, he worked me so hard, like not in a bad way, because we had work to do. And I was smoked. And I was like, man, I'm out of shape. Big girl here is getting tired. We got to figure this out. So like now what motivates me is, one, I don't want to be the person that's dragging our whole crew back. Right. And two, in a laughing matter, I don't want a dad bod for my kid, right? Like I don't want my kid to be like, yeah, look at my dad's bod. Like, no, we're not doing that. Like I want to be an in shape dad for my kid. So when like my kid wants to play sports, I can go like play college football. There's got to be some athleticism left in me at this point, right? It's not completely gone. I still want to be able to show him how to do things like that. I also think it would be really hard to preach to the guys that we need to stay in shape if I'm not staying in shape myself. So, and like another factor is I love hunting, right? Well, to get up to my hunting camp is a 4 mile, 4,000 feet of elevation gain. Granted, horses may or may not be involved sometimes, but once you're up there, our closest hike is like a 3 mile hike at 10,000 feet of elevation. You can't be out of shape to do that.
And if you get an animal and go.
Yeah, exactly. If I get an animal, if I'm with DeHaan, because he's all proud and stuff and wants to carry it back to camp instead of using the 4 horses I have at camp to get it out, I can't be out of shape to carry that quarter back to camp. So that's another thing, is the things I love doing outside of work and coaching, you have to be in shape for. You can't be out of shape to do that. So that's kind of the motivating factor.
Keep you motivated.
There's probably way better answers out there from other people have said like, yeah, this is why. Nope. Just got to be able to carry that elk quarter back to camp. That's all I need to do. If I can do that, I'm in shape enough for this job.
All right. Let's see. One piece of advice for somebody starting out in this career.
Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because none of us know what's happening. Right? None of us have any idea when we get there, when we're going to whatever we're responding to. We have no idea what it's going to be when we get there. We have an idea, but how many times does dispatch get the wrong information from the caller, and then we show up and it's completely opposite of what we thought it was going to be, right? Don't be afraid to ask the questions. If you're not going to ask the questions, don't just do what you think is right. Don't just start doing something random, because then most of the time it's going to be wrong. And it's not going to help the situation. So ask the questions. If you don't know, pause for a second and look around. Somebody's going to be doing something, and then you can always just kind of shadow them, and somebody's going to be like, get away from me, go do this. And they'll tell you, like, right? Like, how many times have you had a new guy, like, right over your shoulder, and like, what are you doing? Like, hey, man, go do that. You just got the advice without having to ask the question what you needed to do. They'll just tell you and nudge you that way, and then you just got the advice, right? Like, don't start doing the wrong thing and ask the right questions. You'll be all right. Anybody can do this job. Like, you just got to have a level head and ask questions. As long as you're like, I would say with every crew and every guy on Junction Fire, they will give you the answers. But if you don't ask, not everybody's going to tell you. Just ask the questions.
I like this last quote. It was from a playwright called Oscar Wilde. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.
It's very true. It's very true. I've been told many times that my personality is not going to fit. Like, straight up, I got told one time, like, how do I become a captain of the Grand Junction Fire Department? And I got told, your personality will never be a captain for Grand Junction Fire Department. And I think part of my motivation is to prove people wrong as well. Like my parents told me, like I said earlier, you're never going to be athletic enough. You just got to be the hardest worker, right? Well, I also wanted to prove my parents wrong that I wasn't athletic enough. You got to be somewhat of an athlete to make college football, right? So I think proving people wrong that this type of personality and being me and true to myself can be successful in this department, right? I haven't been promoted yet, but I'm knocking on the door, hopefully, right? Like I'm right there at it. So like, be true to, it's gonna, hopefully, man, fingers are crossed. But like, I think being true to yourself, it would be miserable to not be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're living two different lives of what you are at home and being what you are at work. That would be miserable and exhausting.
Yeah.
I don't have enough energy for that. That 3-month-old at home is zapping enough energy, even though he sleeps so well, right?
Yeah.
But like, just, there's no way I couldn't do it. Just be yourself, have fun, man.
Yeah.
It's way better to live life as yourself and having fun.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate the authentic, ridiculous,
That's what I'm here
amazing
for.
Connor Charlesworth.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Worst case scenario, at least you smiled today. Even if it was at my expense, that's all right.
Appreciate it, buddy.
That's what I'm here for.
Thanks for joining us on Going Interior. I hope the ideas shared here help you adapt to the challenges of your life and career. Please share and like this episode if you find it useful. It has been produced by Dirk Klingman and Ellis Thompson, with additional editing by Matt Schofield and contributions by Lainey Osborne and Stephanie Houston. This work is sponsored by the Grand Junction Fire Department and the GJFD Peer Support Team. Special thanks to 970 West Studio for sharing their space, equipment, and expertise. Take care and please join us next time.